Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, she's funny. All right, who do I have here? Let's see. Hi guys, good morning. I'm arguing with our AI employee in Slack about something I'm about to teach. So I think it's hilarious. Let me just make sure that this is correct. We have an AI employee. We hired our first AI employee, and his name is Victor. You might know him. Anyway, he butts into conversations all the time, even if he's not invited, and speaks his mind. And I'm like, are you right? It's really funny. And some of our support people know not to tag him because, obviously it costs money. And so they call him he who shall not be named, but he's figured out that that's him. And so then he replies anyway. We are in the weirdest timeline of history ever. I am convinced. We are on day 3 of the FG Funnels beginners class. How's it been so far for you all? I hope it has been helpful. I'm gonna promote to panelist the folks that are my team. Good, good, good. I'm glad. Lorraine says it's cleared up a few things for her. That's what we want. Going to pin this video. We're going to start right at 10. I don't want anyone to feel like they're late for arriving on time. Um, so just a couple things on today's to-do list that I'm not super like well versed at. Very helpful. Christopher said you've shared a couple things that have answered some questions. Good. Good. Yeah. I said it yesterday, but I'll say it again. The power of ignoring, of pushing through some of those details that maybe you don't quite understand yet, but just to keep that ball rolling down the hill. And in a weird way, I mean, it's not weird. I'm not the best teacher of FG funnels or I'm not the most powerful user of FG funnels. There are a lot of things that I don't do anymore that my team does. And when I get on here to teach, they laugh at me because they're like, Julie, that workflow idea was like so 2021. I'm like, oh, it's been 4 years or 5 years since I've touched that type of workflow. So they're kind of making fun of me. I've had to get up to speed. Christopher says your tip about the automation setting, marking them as red was so simple yet so awesome. Good, Nikki, I don't know if that's how you say your name, Nikki. The training has filled gaps for her. That's awesome. Hopefully it will continue to do so. Okay, Jess Santisi is here. I'm going to go ahead and Nikki. Okay, I'm going to pop Jess in as co-host as well. Can you guys hear my cat? He's being so annoying. Hopefully you can't hear him. Okay, good. Good, good. Jess Santisi and Vittoria, if you don't mind popping into Slack and just checking the team chat thread to confirm that I'm correct or that I understand that correctly before I teach it in like 20 minutes. That'd be great. Okay. All righty. It's 10 o'clock. Let's kick it off, shall we? We are on day 3. And day 3, we're going to talk a lot more about the CRM functionality. And just to recap where we've been, we started on day one and we built a sales funnel. We built a 3-page funnel and it was the plant parent personality assessment. We built it. It was $47. We created an order form. We created an order confirmation form. We showed you how to do a test payment and you published that funnel. Yesterday, we realized that, oh crap, we didn't actually send the assessment to Brad. Remember, Brad is the finance bro who is killing his plants. And we went ahead, we built a survey, we sent it to him manually as an email. And then we decided that that would be annoying to have to do every time someone buys. So we created a workflow so that it automatically fires. We talked a little bit about email sending, and that's where we are today. If you are in your FG Funnels account, I would love it if you could actually take a minute and fill out your survey so that we have an example of a survey in the submissions. I did this morning. I cleaned up my survey a little bit, and I just want to show you if I had actually sent this to Brad, which I did. I'm actually going to pull up my crappy email address, my email, so that we can follow the train of thought. Here we are. And this was the email that we sent. And this was the link to the assessment that he was taking, right? We made the assessment and I filled out the assessment. And that assessment is now under sites in the primary menu, surveys in the secondary menu, and then we're going to survey submissions. Okay. And then I can go ahead and click on this and I can see all of my answers or, whatever I did. So if you guys could do that, that'd be great. Just give you a second. Oh, good. Just T is here as well. I'm going to go ahead and promote her to panelist. And Trish is here. Great. Well, so I want to talk shop with you for a second because this is really important to think strategically about what's next. You've gotten payment from Brad. You've sent him the survey. He has submitted the survey. But let me ask you a question. Would you know that he submitted the survey unless you checked? Probably not, right? You wouldn't know unless you logged in and looked and it said survey submitted. We don't want to do that. We want to be able to know immediately when Brad submits a survey. Why? Because part of the plant parent personality assessment offer is that you want to send a calendar invite so that you can go over the assessment with him. And if you forget or log in and don't see it, then it's going to delay that debrief call. And we have to solve that problem today. And we're going to do that by starting in workflows. And we're going to send an internal notification to ourselves. Brad will be a good friend to us. An internal notification ourselves that lets us know when a survey has been submitted. That's what we're going to do first here. And I just want to make sure that I'm I'm on track with I have very, very copious notes. Yes, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Let's go over to automations in the primary menu. And then we're going to click on our folder, Houseplant Hospice. And we are going to create a new workflow and we're going to start from scratch. What is the trigger? I'm going to wait for you guys. I think you're going to know. What is the trigger? Anyone want to share? Survey submitted. Excellent. So let's go to new trigger. We're going to go to survey submitted. And we are going to add a filter and we are going to choose survey is Excuse me. Where where is it? Survey is there it is. I was like, why is it not showing up? That's weird. Okay. That one right there. That's what my survey is named. One of the things you'll see is that if you don't name things correctly, you're going to get confused right quick. By the way, I don't know if you saw while I was doing that, I went and named it up here so that I would like remember. Okay, this is the trigger right here, survey submitted. What we're going to do is we're going to add an action, and this action is called notification. Send internal notification. This is basically notifying you that there has been a survey submission. We'll choose email for now, and we're going to choose user email because it's coming from you. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. That is user email here. Should be username, user email. It's going to send to yourself. Okay. So send it to yourself. I'm going to just send it to my hello at Wool and Wonder Farm. So what's happening here is I'm sending an email to myself from the system to my inbox, and I am going to say, Brad has submitted his survey. But I don't actually want to write Brad here because I want it to be dynamic. So I'm going to choose the little values over here, and instead I'm going to do contact first name. This will pull the first name of the person who submitted the survey. Contact name has submitted their survey. Please log in and check their survey. There are a couple things you can do here. I do want to mention you are the user and the contact is your contact. You can actually embed the entire answer to this survey here in the email. It would be a lot. It would be like question one, how many plants do you have? And then what you would do is you would go to your custom values, you'd go to contact, you'd go to custom fields, and you would grab the question and basically you could embed the entire survey results in this email. Question one, how many plants do you have? And this would grab the value of what Brad answered. I'll do that again. Question two, what's your biggest problem? I think it was with plants. I think that was the question I put on there. And we're going to do what's your number one struggle? And we're going to get the answer there, right? So you could do all of that. It's a bunch of work, but you could do it. I'm going to save that action. Now, what we've just done is sent an internal notification to ourselves. Let's turn this on and hit save. Is there anyone else that we would want to notify when the survey is submitted? Just asking if you guys can think of that for a second. Brad. Yes, we want to actually send an email to Brad. I can't remember if I put that. Oh, here, right here. Your results are ready email. What we're going to do is we are going to send this email to Brad. We're going to hit plus. I think it's going to be a little weird if he submits the survey and then an immediate email says your survey results are ready. I feel like we need a slight delay. What do you guys think? That's just me. If you want to, we're going to add a little wait delay. In this case, you would maybe want to wait 2 hours or something like that so it feels realistic. Okay. I am going to just put it at 1 minute because I don't want to actually sit. And then we're going to send that email. From name, again, it's from you. Oh, hold on. It's from you, user, full name, user, email. Time to review your results. Now, this particular assessment is the results are discussed on a call, right? And we're going to actually, get them on a call. So if you look at the email copy, and you could do it differently, but this was just how I created the scenario. Uh, well, I guess we could use that as the subject line if we wanted to. Just make a long ass subject line. I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to get rid of that because that's not actually a custom value. And I'm going to choose contact Brad. I've reviewed your assessment. Your diagnosis is stage 3 plant killer, chronic underwater with repotting avoidance. Don't panic. The next step is our 30-minute debrief call. Okay, so you can, decide how you want to do this, but I think this is the best way to do it for this particular business scenario. We are going to book a call. We're going to have Brad get on the call with us because we want, we want Brad to become our client. Book a call. We just have one problem, you guys. And what is that problem that we have to solve now? Just waiting to see. Yes, a calendar link. We don't have a calendar. Yeah, we need a calendar. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and hit save action, and we're going to save. This is now survey submitted notification and debrief invite. Okay, I'm going to change that so that I know. Everyone following me? Good. Now, save. Let's go build a calendar. Okay? What we're going to do is we are going to go into settings, which changes that vertical menu, integrations, and Google Calendar. And we are going to connect. You won't see it that way probably because it's probably just you. What we're going to do is we are going to connect a calendar. I suggest you connect your Google Calendar. So add new. These are the calendars that we currently connect to. I don't understand why anyone would do Calendly because we already do everything Calendly does, but whatever. So Google, Outlook, iCloud. You can also connect your Zoom account to generate a unique meeting link. What we're going to do for the sake of this one is we're just going to connect our Google Calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect it to my farm account. Continue. Continue. Great. If you have any extra calendars, you can add additional calendars here that need to be checked, when it's making appointments. Now, let's go back to calendars. Actually, let's go this way. I'm going to go this way. We're in our settings. Let's go to the calendars in the main menu. And now we're here on calendars. I just want to show you where that is. We're going to create a calendar. New calendar. In this case, we're going to do a personal booking calendar. There's lots of different types of calendars, but we'll just do a booking calendar. And I'm going to do Houseplant Hospice debrief call as the name of my calendar. It's obviously going to be for me. This is the, actually, it's the plant parent. It's the PPA deep. That's actually what it is. It's going to be 30 minutes and I am going to confirm. I want to show you something. You see how the link has our link from yesterday where it's branded? You can actually preview it if you want to. And there it is, right there. Just like the survey, you can send out this link or you can embed it on a nicely designed page and send out that page if you want to. You have a choice. And if you don't remember that, we'll go back to day 2 and we talked about that. If you want to, at any point, you can go into this calendar and you can change a lot of things about it. And if you missed what I just did there, I went over to the pencil and I clicked Edit Calendar. You can add a logo, you can add a description, you can add meeting colors, you can add availability. Okay. So if you click this little arrow right here, you can then choose weekly hours or date specific hours, those types of things. So you can go ahead and edit that. You can also create booking rules, things like how long is the meeting? How many days do they have in advance? What date range? How far out does the calendar show? Do you want any buffer time? How many bookings do you want per day? Do you want to look busier than you actually are? How many bookings per slot? Things like that. So you can do all of that. I'm not going to go through this, but in advanced settings, you can actually add a more complicated form inside your calendar. You can also take payments right in the calendar. There are a whole bunch of notifications when if, people book, right? And again, you can customize the colors and things like that. We're not going to do all of that. Remember what I said about ignoring is important. Saving the changes to my calendar, which I didn't really make all that many. And now I'm going to choose share. The share button allows you to do a scheduling link. You're going to want to use this permanent link right here, a one-time link that kind of controls access, or you can embed it inside another site. We talked about that. But for the sake of this tutorial today, I'm just going to grab this permanent link and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back so that the main menu toggles back on. I'm going to go to automations, which I'm right here. Click in Houseplant Hospice. Go into the new workflow that I built. And I'm going to now send an email that has book a call. And I'm going to choose the little, where is it? Link. I'm going to drop my calendar link. Choose new window, hit save action, and save. Laughing at some of the comments. Cool. Of course, you can always test your workflow if you want to. The easiest way to test it is to simply go to your survey, submit it, and see if it happens, right? See if it actually sends you, it should send you a notification and it'll send an email as if you're the customer, right? So if you're having an email address that's like a fake email address like I did, the internal notification will come to Wool and Wonder Farm, which is what I did. And then the email will get sent to Brad, who is at jdeneen413 or whatever that is. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you are understanding all of this. Good. Okay. Great. We're going to do something new now. One of the nice features about FG funnels is that you can create something called pipelines. And what pipelines do is it allows you to see where people are in the funnel. And I'm going to just pull up my I have this little freeform thing that I use to build. So when you think of a pipeline, think of Trello. How many of you guys remember Trello? So far, we have an action after when somebody buys of purchased. Yes, like a Kanban board. We also have a workflow when it's survey submitted, right? So we have a purchase workflow, we have a survey submitted workflow. What do you think the next workflow will be that we want to create based on what we just sent Brad? Excellent. You guys got it. You said booked call, right? Okay. We're going to start with these three today. And this is just me drawing, you guys. I'm just drawing just for understanding. And then that way, what we can do is we can put Brad in here when he purchases. And then when he submits his survey, he can move to here. And then when he books his call, he can move to here. And that's what we're going to set up, and that's called a pipeline. We are going to go down to settings. And you're going to click on opportunities and pipelines. Up here on the secondary menu, you're going to go to pipelines. I'm going to delete this one because I was playing around last night. I don't want to be confused. We're going to hit create new pipeline. Parent, personality, plant assessment, plant parent, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Based on our drawing, our first stage is purchased. Purchased. Our second stage is survey submitted. Our third stage is booked call. I'm going to delete that for now. Go ahead and hit create. Get out of the settings and now go to opportunities right here. If you have multiple pipelines, you'll see them here. This one just popped up. But here is our pipeline. Purchased, survey submitted, booked a call. We do not want to manually do this ourselves. What we want is for the system to drop Brad in here when he buys, drop Brad in here when he submits the survey, and drop Brad in here when he books a call. I think the easiest way to show you how this works is to actually go through your funnel and do a test purchase, because what you'll find is they'll drop in here, but only if we tell the system. We need to go back to our workflow and add an action that gets the little cards in here, and then we will be able to see it moving in real time. Everyone tracking with me so far? I hope. Let's go over to automation. Good. We're going to click and we're going to go to the very first one we built on day 2 when they purchase. Just as a reminder, this trigger is when they purchase. We're assigning it, we're adding a tag, and we're sending a survey assessment email. We are going to add a new action. And we are going to do create opportunity. And we are going to choose this pipeline, this pipeline. And we are going to add a field. Opportunity name, that's Brad's name. Okay, we want to know who purchased. We'll do contact full name. What else do we want? We want to tell it what stage, pipeline stage is purchased. Good. We also maybe want to say how much money that gave us, $47. Why did that do that? It's so weird. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to write 47. You guys are making me laugh in the comments. All right, so hit save action and save. Now, when somebody buys, they will get put into that opportunity. Unfortunately, I don't have test mode turned on. I have to see if I can log into my PayPal, but I would like to go ahead and buy this live to show you. I'm going to go to my funnel. I'm going to open up my funnel. And I'm going to be Karen Snogglewort. I'm going to use the Funnel Gorgeous Gmail address. I'm going to do 1 Moose Hill Road, which is not a thing, but we're not in Cambodia. It's not happening. You're in the United States. Connecticut, whoops, 06437. Oh, she's a yoga studio. Wonder what happens if I hit pay with Venmo. I'm just gonna try it. Oh, cool. I didn't know you could do this. Let me do it. Venmo. Go to your Venmo app and authorize. Ah, did you guys know that we could do this? I didn't know. Go to your Venmo app and authorize. Authorize what? It didn't work. Oh, it did work? It says Venmo account authorized. I don't know. Pay. Click out. Pay with Venmo. Maybe I just had to hit it again. I don't know, guys. I'm just trying this just for the heck of it. Okay, that didn't work as intended. There must be something I don't understand. I believe this would probably be a lot easier if I was on mobile because it would just open the app, but because I'm on desktop, it's giving me trouble. Let's see. Let's see if I can remember my login today. I did it yesterday, but fingers crossed, right? All right, something isn't working. I broke it. Now I got to do it all over again. Yoga studio. What was her name? Karen Snogglewort. And I use the funnel gorgeous at gmail.com. Hopefully this works so we can see our pipeline. 1 Moose Hill Road, Guilford. I really wish the United States was the first one on the list, but it's okay. Connecticut, 06437. It's going to be mad at me about this because they know it's not a right phone number. Okay. Let's try it again. You need a country. Yeah, true. Log out. And let's log in with a different PayPal account. Yes. Yes. All right, let me just go ahead and get that. We will have a payment go through. Woohoo! There we go. I got to grab the code. Just a second. I love how secure everything is. It's so fun when you're trying to do demos. Submit and pay. Okay. Woohoo. All right. We bought. Karen Snogglewort bought. I made it $2. Okay. Now, let's not save Karen Snogglewort's address. We're going to go over to automation now, and we are going to see if everything is working correctly. We're going to go into the purchase plant parent, and we're going to go into the execution log to see what's happening. Now, sometimes it takes a minute, but you can see here that Karen Snogglewort was added. She was assigned. There was a tag added. She was sent the survey assessment email. She was put in the opportunity. Sometimes I feel like a magician when you do this, right? Okay, there is Karen Snogglewort. Do you guys see Karen Snogglewort? You can see she's the yoga studio, Houseplant Hospice. There she is. Let's just for fun go into the Funnel Gorgeous at Gmail account. And here it is. Thank you, Trish. Thank you for your purchase. Survey inside. Welcome to Houseplant Hospice. I want you to know what you're feeling right now. I would like to take this assessment, but I need to update one more thing because we added the opportunity here, but I want it to move when the survey is submitted, and I haven't done that yet. Let's go back to automations and let's go to Houseplant Hospice, and now let's go into our second workflow. Right here, this was the one where survey is submitted. It's sending me a message saying, hey, Karen Snogglewort filled it out. It's going to wait 2 minutes. It's going to send Karen an email. And I also want to update the opportunity. But you know what? I want to update the opportunity right away. I don't want to put it after the wait. I want to actually do it right away. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it right in here. This one is a little weird. This was the thing that I was getting confused about that I was asking my team just to make sure. We're going to choose find opportunity. And I really hope I'm correct on this. Okay. So it's okay. So Victoria's going to walk me through this. Find opportunity, most recently created opportunity. Is that what we're choosing? Or are we saying um pipeline is parent personality plant assessment. Pipeline stage is, but okay, so this is where I'm confused. Are we saying, hey, it's where survey is submitted? Or is it where purchase? Because I want to move them over, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to move. I think I would just want to find the one that was purchased. Yes. Okay. Although now I just definitely it created a branch right here. Ooh. Okay. So maybe I shouldn't have put that action right there. Maybe I should have put the action at the end. Like maybe I should so because it just branched everything off. But for those of you guys who are following along, basically what I'm doing is I'm finding the actual card in the parent personality in purchased. And when it's found right here, we are going to now do update opportunity. Is that what we're doing? I'm just going to write opportunity so I can see what's option. Update opportunity. I think this is what we're going to do. And pipeline is plant personality, and pipeline stage is now going to go to survey submitted. Okay, save action. What this is doing now is it's saying go find that opportunity and update it, and then go ahead and send the email. If the opportunity is not found, don't do anything. But I'm not sure this is the best flow because I think probably if they have submitted a survey, they need to have an email sent to them, regardless of whether or not the system had them there. Can I just do this? Can I just move this? Can I do that? Let me just move it. Yeah, I can. Just going to do this. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to say, okay, when the survey is submitted, let me know, email Karen or Brad or whoever, and then find the opportunity and update the opportunity. And I'm going to move my weight up here now, which means there's going to be a delay. I'm going to take the weight out for the sake of this tutorial because I want to be done in an hour and I don't want to wait. So I'm going to just delete that action, but you understand why I did what I did. Okay. Now, so Christopher has a great comment, says, for not found, I send an internal email letting me know the system didn't find them so I can see when went off the rails, which I think is fantastic. We waited, Melissa, just because we thought it would be weird if they submitted the survey and then immediately it was like, we've reviewed your survey. Because, like, that's kind of weird that you would submit it and then it would be immediately available. So you kind of give it a couple hours of a delay. All right. You want to try it? Let's try it. It's all saved. What we'll do is I'm going to go ahead as Karen Snogglewort. I'm going to take my assessment. Karen Snogglewort. My email was funnelgorgeous@gmail.com. How many plants do I have? Too many to count. And what's your number one struggle? Watering. I've submitted the survey. All righty. We're going to go to, so you can see here, it added it, sent an internal notification, emailed Karen, looked for the opportunity, and updated the opportunity. So let's check and make sure that that actually happened. First, let's go look for the internal notification. Did it actually send me an internal notification to Wool and Wonder? And yes, it did right here. It says me, and it says Karen Snogglewort has submitted their survey, and for some reason it didn't grab the custom value here. I think because I messed up the survey, but you can see in question 2, it did grab the correct answer. That's when I was showing you those custom values. So we can check that off our mark. It did send the notification. Did it send an email to Karen? Let's look. There it is. Your plant parent diagnosis is in. Time to review your results. Here it is with the book a call. That worked. Now let's see if it actually updated the opportunity the way we wanted it to. We're going to go to opportunities. Yes! Woohoo! Thank you, customer support team, Amber and Victoria and everyone. What do you guys think? Now she's in survey submitted. It is. It's extremely satisfying. Now, let's do one more to end the day on a high note. We want, when Karen books a call, for her to move to the booked call. And since she has the opportunity to book a call, let's go ahead and make one last workflow. So we're going to go to automations, Houseplant Hospice, create workflow. I'm going to choose a template because I want to show you that this one is pretty common. When people book calls, it's this one right here, this customer appointment. So I'm going to choose this and it's going to set up a template for me because I don't really want to do all of this work. And you'll see when appointment is booked, it sends an email, then it sends another email 24 hours before the appointment, then it sends it 1 hour. Okay, it also does SMS. It does it 5 minutes before, a 5 minute reminder email, and a 5 minute reminder SMS. When you use these templates, then you can just like breathe easy and you can just come in here and customize them. I am going to customize something. Those do not cost extra. You just choose start from a template. I'm going to click on appointment status and I am going to this is basically going to fire when any appointment is booked in the entire account. So just so you know, this is like, I'm just thinking this through and I may need support's help on this. This is going to fire. So if you have, doesn't matter how many calendars you have, if there's an appointment booked, it's going to fire off these emails and texts. So if you have a lot of calendars, I would choose one workflow that is the generic reminders, and then I would make a specific workflow for a specific calendar. If someone is here on support and can tell me what would be the best filter here? Should I just add a filter here for this and say in calendar and then choose my PPA debrief call? And then this would basically be filtered so that this would only fire if it's in the PPA debrief call. So I'm going to change this PPA debrief call appointment confirmation. Now, what you can do, I'm going to save this trigger. You can go ahead in here and you can customize these emails if you want to, which you should. But the one thing that I want to do right now is I want to do that find update opportunity thing again. But here's where I'm a little curious. Again, Jess, Victoria, Amber, anyone who's on this call, because of the branching, if I go ahead and I choose the opportunity up here, it's only going to fire this off if they're in the opportunity. So if for some reason they're not in the opportunity, they're not going to get these reminders, which is a little weird. Yeah. I'm just thinking about it, but we're going to go ahead and do it. Find opportunity. And we are going to choose pipeline is plant personality assessment and stage is survey submitted. And when the opportunity is found, we are going to update the opportunity to pipeline is the parent, blah, blah, blah. Pipeline stage is now booked call. Okay. Save action. So when the appointment is booked, it's going to move the card and it's going to send the confirmation email. If it doesn't find the opportunity, it's not going to send any of these reminders. So I think I don't know if it was Christopher. I think it was Christopher in the chat. This would be a good opportunity to send a notification to yourself that's like, hey, this didn't work, right? So again, many, many ways to do this. I'm just kind of trying to help you think, because this is systems logic and you can make anything your heart's desires. There's a bajillion different ways to do this. So once you get the idea and you start to get comfortable, you've got triggers and filters and actions. All right, we're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to be Karen and I'm going to book a call. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to book a call. And I'm going to say that I'm Karen Snogglewort. I can't remember what my phone number was, and that's not good because I need it to match. Let me just go look. I just want to make sure I have the right phone number so I don't mess up the system. 464-9123. funnelgorgeous@gmail.com. I'm excited. And schedule meeting. Let's go back over to automations. Houseplant Hospice. Appointment confirmation and reminder. Execution logs. It added Karen. It found her opportunity. It updated the opportunity and it sent the confirmation email that the appointment was booked. And now you can see that this contact is waiting. It has not fired through the entire thing because there is a wait action that is not going to send that next reminder until 24 hours before. One thing I need to turn off about this is that I do not have text messaging turned on right now. That's another class for another day. But that actual workflow has a bunch of SMS. So I actually have to be careful not to, I think I might have accidentally tried to send. I don't have a phone number. Let's go look at our opportunity. There it is. She is now in booked call. And it looks kind of funny because you've got just one card. But when you have lots of people, you want to be able to see, okay, who's purchased, who's submitted, who's booked a call. And then we're also just going to make sure that the invitation, okay, oops, I think I did not. I accidentally fired this off without customizing the email, which is not ideal. I should not have done that. Okay, but it did fire. It did fire. Alrighty. You may at some point want to remind people who've purchased but haven't submitted the survey, or people who've submitted the survey but haven't booked the call. You can do that if you want to. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's not super hard once you understand the logic. Usually you want to wait a little bit of time. And in the purchase right here, this purchase workflow that we talked about, and we send the survey assessment, you would do a wait action, and then you would do a check if action, something like that. I don't know exactly, but you would check to see if they submitted. And if they didn't, then you would send a reminder. You'd put that there. You could do the same thing if the survey is submitted, but they haven't booked the call. You can also do a reschedule. You can do a cancel automation. You could get as crazy as you want, but I will tell you, I will tell you that when you are just learning, it is way, way better to make your automations extremely simple, kind of like I'm doing. And then you can always go in and add more complexity later because a lot of people, they try to think of every possibility. Then they don't ever get their workflow built. They get themselves all tied up in knots. They get themselves turned around and we're not actually taking action there. That's why I recommend you kind of follow how I'm doing it rather than, fishing for all of those dead ends, if you will. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to find my calendar. Let me just turn off all of this. And we will see that Karen Snogglewort is booked for 1 o'clock on the 22nd. Don't solve for unknown problems. Exactly. You want to focus on the problems that you have in front of you. That anticipation can really stress you out and cause all kinds of issues. If you've been following along, you've built a funnel, you've built a survey, you've built 3 workflows, you've built a pipeline, you've customized a calendar, you've customized your email sending domain, your branded link domain, you've also done your main domain. See how much you've gotten done in just 3 hours. It's fantastic. You guys are amazing. I love working with you. I'm going to be so sad when this class is over. Tomorrow, we are going to do something new. And by the time you get through the end of Friday, you won't have touched every piece of the software, but you will have touched a lot of it. And hopefully, your brain can start to assimilate how powerful this system actually is and what you can do with it. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? All right. Awesome. Bye, everyone.